Anyway, there were two dominant themes in the press conference today. The first was immigration, of course, and the second was the suspension of some domestic spending announced by the Trump administration. We'll deal with the immigration first. Okay, so there's hysteria being created by the media, and Ms. Leavitt was very precise in answering a number of questions. She said, look, I've answered the question 4 times. And she did. And here's the pithy part. Go.
Every day, Americans are safer because of the violent criminals that President Trump's administration is removing from our communities.
All right, so that is the Trump line, but there's something new here. So the Trump administration is defining all migrants who illegally enter the United States as criminals. Now, you remember on the books, it is a civil offense. Are you a criminal if you get a speeding ticket? No. So this is a little bit of a change. And it makes it easier to deport anybody the Trump administration wants to deport, because they're basically saying, look, they're all criminals. That was new today, and way, way different than what we have had in this country for, I don't know, since Ronald Reagan's amnesty, right? And I know why the Trump administration is doing it, because they don't want to get involved with, well, this one did this and this one did that and that one isn't there and this one isn't here. They don't want to do that. They want to say, look, if you enter the United States illegally or overstay your visa, you're a criminal. And we have the right, the federal government has the right to deport you. That's it. Okay. And that's going to cause controversy. Now, there's a lot of misinformation, lying, I guess. And I'm going to give you one very interesting story. So in Chicago, which is a sanctuary city, the guy who runs a public school system is named Pedro Martinez. Very left-wing guy, okay? And he doesn't like any of this ICE deportation stuff at all. Here's what he said. Go.
So we had individuals that came to one of our schools, Hamline Elementary School, that presented credentials and shared that they were from ICE. And so our staff followed the protocols. We're very clear. We've been training our principals, our security guards, any front office staff to making sure that they know that we are not to share any information with anybody from the Immigration Department or ICE.
Okay, so he's a sanctuary guy, but he didn't tell the truth about what happened. All right, so ICE agents did not go to the Hamline Elementary School. They were Secret Service agents who went because there was a threat that was being investigated in the area, and one of the alleged people who were issuing the threats had something to do with Hamline School. So the ICE chair, Tom Holman, immediately lashed out against Mr. Martinez. Go.
Well, Pedro Martinez lied. He lied to the city of Chicago because he knew there were Secret Service agents, because I talked to the people involved. They left their credentials. He knew exactly who were there, so he lied. Again, sowing fear in the immigrant community.
And it looks like he did lie, Martinez. But I'm not sure. There might be some subtlety there that I don't know of, but right now it looks like he lied. And so did the governor of the state, Pritzker, who is another far-left sanctuary guy. So Pritzker issues a statement, says, quote, after a week of Republicans sowing fear and chaos, the first reports of raids in Chicago are at an elementary school. Targeting children and separating families is cruel and un-American. Well, that's not what happened. And Holman called out Governor Pritzker. Go.
And Governor Pritzker, rather than calling ICE and asking us, did this happen or did it not happen, he goes on social media and terrifies the elementary schools that ICE agents are walking in there. No, he accuses me of terrifying the community. No, he terrified the community. He terrified the children. You know what ICE did yesterday? They saved children.
Okay, so you see how this is devolving. All right, each side is entrenched. They're going to say and do whatever they want to say and do. It's my job to ferret out the truth. And the truth is that Holman's right, and Pritzker and Martinez are not telling the truth. They're not. Now, the media is never going to call them on it because the media doesn't like the Trump immigration program. But I will. In addition, you had a big press thing with Selena Gomez. So Selena Gomez is a young actress, 32 years old. She was born in the United States, so were her parents. Okay? So she's not an immigrant or anything like that, but she's tied in to the whole immigration thing. Roll it.
I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry. All my people are getting attacked. The children. I don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise.
Now, obviously, the young woman is sincere, but nobody's getting attacked. No children are getting attacked. No children are being separated. But this is where we live now, in the United States of disinformation. Now, she's not faking it, Ms. Gomez. She's genuinely upset. Although they took that post down, they probably her manager, quickly. But I don't believe that she's a phony or a bad person or anything like that. She believes, because of what she's hearing, that the Trump administration is attacking immigrant children. This is bad. Okay. Summing up, propaganda is overwhelming any kind of rational thought in this country at this point. It's my job to stop that as best I can, and I will continue to do it. All right, Catholic Charities is another propaganda story. So there are 168 Catholic charity affiliates in America, 168. Some of them are activists. Some of them are, no doubt about it. But some of them are just charity concerns. I give money to Catholic charities, but I don't give money to the far left loons. I give money to the charities that I know are helping people, okay? Now, Catholic Charities in 2022, last data available, got $1.5 million in federal grants. Why did they get that money? Because there are migrants who are ill, all right, or who have lost track of family members or who need food and shelter. They're there, and Catholic Charities helps them. Is there anybody that thinks that's a bad thing? I don't know any sane person who would think that's a bad thing. So the government, and 1.5 million is nothing, particularly when you break it down to 168 separate agencies. But there is an agency in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, that is a left-wing agency, and they issued a advice tape to migrants. Go.
First, do not panic and do not run away. If you are frightened and feel like you need to leave, you can calmly walk toward the exit. If you are stopped, you may ask if you are free to leave. If the officer says no, do not try to exit the building. If you are questioned, you may tell them you want to remain silent. 2, you have the right to remain silent. You do not need to speak to the immigration authorities or answer any questions. If you are asked where you were born or how you entered the United States, you may simply refuse to answer or remain silent.
Now, that's not what Catholic Charities should be doing. It isn't. That's getting into politics. And that woman should be fired immediately. And we'll watch it. Her name is Barbara Graham. Out of here. Because you're not doing your job. Your job is to help people, not give them advice on how to circumvent the law. But anyway, the right, the far right, is demonizing Catholic Charities because you go on the internet, and this is not their main goal. This is the extreme element of it. Now, yes, should the bishop tell them to shut up? Absolutely. The bishops are never going to do that. Never. That's what we have, if we Catholics.